No.
Go ahead.
All right. So the outcome we got today is we try to get the most money for you and okay. Can I do it again?
Yeah. Start with the thank you first. Start with the donation first.
Okay, so I think it's good to meet you today because that's what we do, right? We're professional in helping representing the home seller to get most money for their home. And if you want to find out, I can definitely share with you how we probably can get the most money for you. And would that something you're interested in finding out?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let me tell you how. So this is called our VIP presentation. So basically when I'm going to be sharing with you is a process I can get most money for you. And I guess you are very interested in getting the most money for you. Is that right? Is that most important for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have anything else you want to share with me?
No.
No, okay. So let me ask you, do you have mortgage or do you have property tax you have to pay?
Okay, make sure you follow this is presentation. You need to follow each slide. Explain each slide. Do not talk
Okay.
about yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Follow
So okay. So this is called our VIP presentation. This is a process we're going to be sharing with you how we're going to get the most money for the seller because that's what we do. Representing a seller get most money for their properties. Is this what you want?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this actually when we sell the property, we donate portion of money to Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. You know, some of the parents, they are going to have their kids to take the treatment, but they cannot afford that. Some of the treatment are free. Some of the money is from people like us, just to donate. So the reason I want to ask you a bunch of questions, trying to find out basically what you what you want to get from your home, the price you want to sell the highest, and get back to Asia to work together with your parents.
Stay on the slide. When you're on that slide, only talk about that slide. Do not talk.
Okay. Okay. You want to so basically we have a lot of way to help the homeowner to sell for the best price for the dream home, and then the outcome is just get the high price, best term, and less hassle. So here is some of my clients' review that I have. This outcome, you can see that on Zillow. Look at this one. We have our clients saying, I'm happy with the result of Real Chen team. He did 3 months, what others couldn't do a year. He's easy to work with and very knowledgeable. I will highly recommend to anyone. And here we have a bunch of other review. You can take a look in Zillow.com. And also, as everybody know, the interest rate has already rise up. This is from Realtors.com. The Fed is trying to tamp down. Hold on, let me turn it off. Tamp down the interest, the inflation. So now the price has been getting up. Sorry. And then we have multiple programs to help our seller to get most offer, the highest price, and then ideal terms. And then one of the way you can see when we sign the listing presentation, some of the agents they have to look for the buyer. And for us, we already have the buyer. Can I explain you how we already have the buyer? So for our team, everybody know that in America, every family sell home every 5 to 7 years. And basically every time we have an important time, we have around 20 listings on the market. And a lot of buyers called us and we accumulate a lot of buyer in our database. So when we get the listing, we not only call the buyers we have, so we already have a lot of buyers, just not like any other agent, we have the buyers. By doing that, we have at least two buyers, two offers for you. And also another way we can get more offer is we are not a single agent, we are a team. We have several people work together. If you imagine, if we have a lot of our listing on the market, and then we have to deal with a lot of properties, we need to have a team to work together to make this happen, because a single agent, they have to juggle the multiple tasks like admin, sales, marketing, and services. But we are a team. Every time we have a listing on the market, we can have a different position doing different jobs, such as we have listing manager, marketing manager, transaction coordinator. So this is a teamwork to make it happen. So having that, we have achieved the way that we can obtain multiple offers and multiple buyers to you.
You want to slow down, and after you share every selling point, you want to ask them, do you see how beneficial it is?
Okay. Do you see how beneficial it is? We have a team instead of a single agent juggling through multiple tasks. And that's a way we can get you multiple offer.
Yeah. You want
okay.
You want to ask them, do you see how beneficial it is that we can get you more money with this? Yeah. Just
do you see how beneficial it is?
I already wrote the sentence on the bottom. You see?
Okay.
Do you see? You get
see?
money for your home?
Okay. Do you see how beneficial it is to getting your more money for your home?
Yeah. Slow down. Clearly explain each benefit before you move on to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. So because each time we have a listing, we have a listing checklist. And then before the property on the market, we do pre-listing marketing. We do after listing marketing, and we have a long list of checklists for you, for our team to have your property have maximum exposure, to make sure that we have, for example, we complete our intensive marketing task for your home, and it's impossible for single agent to do that. And this is too many tasks for one agent to jog through. So do you see there's so much beneficiary for us to work as a team to help you to get more offer? And another way is we get our review. If you go to, we can get 1,000 review on the first day we put on the market. Some agents don't even get 1,000 view of our property in a year. Look at this one. We have a property in Los Angeles. We put on the market, Zillow, for 14 days, and we accumulate 13,000 reviews. And then that one is very popular. And then one property we have it on Pasadena, we put on the market first day. We already have 1,300 views, and then that's quite a lot of exposure. Do you know how beneficial this is for getting a home sold for high price? Because the property has to have a lot of exposure and reviews to accumulate a lot of buyer for you, potential buyers. Another way we have is we have global referral networking of buyers. So we have international, multiple countries. We have a system to have buyers accumulate not only for us, but our network internationally. Do you see how beneficial is that getting your more money for your home? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So another way is we have another program called Buy This Home and Trade. So as you know, a lot of buyer, when we put a sign on our for sale, we also put a if you buy this home, I will buy yours. This is like a trade. As everybody know, 85% of the buyer, when they call us to buy a home interested, most likely they are a homeowner of another property. Look at your property, your home is so big, 3,600 square feet. This is like a mobile home. So most potential buyer who are interested in buying a home are like owning a condo or townhouse or a smaller home. They want to move up. So most American people sell home every 5 to 7 years. These people, 80% of them are buyers. So the best benefit for this is there are quite a lot of buyers are potentially interested in calling us. For some of the other agents, they don't have this program. They do not have that intent. The buyer does not have that intent to call. So we accumulate a lot of buyers for your database. So, the cause, because we offer this trade program, okay? So without this trade program, and a lot of other agents, they do not have this program, the buyer are not likely to call. Now we have a lot of call. Do you think we can do this program, which is very beneficial to you to get your more buyers? What do you think?
I guess, yeah.
Right, yeah. So also we are market maker. So this program is what we do to create a perception of a deal. So what we do is we control the price and term, and we do 30 minutes home tour. So, a lot of agents, when they put the property on the market, a market maker control the price and term. How we do that? For example, the 30 minutes home tour, when we set an open house, we put 30 minutes instead of 3 hours. Do you know the reason why?
Yeah, why?
Yeah. For the 3 hours, at a certain point of time, for example, there are 30 buyers. They are interested in this price range, this kind of home. So if we put 3 hours, and then the buyer will come over, and then they get into the property, nobody get around. They say nobody come to see this house, just us. So do you know what question they're going to be asking, Ray?
What question?
They're going to be asking, hey, Ray, let's discount this property. It sells 700,000. Let's put an offer if we're interested, like 650, or we're not interested. Nobody interested in this home. Versus another situation, we do a 30 minutes home tour. What we do is we set open house for 30 minutes. So for this 30 minutes, a lot of buyer will come around. And then when you enter into a home, you have this, a lot of people get crowded in the property. You just want to ask, if you are a buyer, what question would you ask?
Yes.
After we open house.
How much more money do I need to pay?
Yeah, exactly, right. So you want to see the result we created. This is what we call the market maker. The market maker is we are creating a perception. There are so many people who are interested in buying this property. They just want to bid against each other to get this property bought. This is what we do for average agent. They just like a 3 hour. They're kind of begging the they are kind of they just have what the buyer demand, and then they just give the buyer demand, and then if the buyer would just leave, and then you're kind of wasting money and your time. Okay, so also what we do is the pictures. Why we can create a perception of a deal. And then the selling point, usually if a lot of agents just take the photo and put there, but for us, we have a different way to present us, which is ideal for getting a lot of buyer. So actually we only upload 7 pictures. And then we just put the first picture must be the first. of there is a selling point. For example, there is a view for this picture. The first picture must be the view instead of the front of the house. So you see what I mean by the selling point. For example, your home has a very beautiful curb appeal. So that is the first picture we're going to be putting on that internet to upload to showcase what's the best of your home. And then, for example, this property we put on the 13 days, we accumulate 4,500 review and 237 people save that property just because that picture. So this 30 minutes tour, after we have that, we can control the term. If this buyer are interested, and then most of the other agents, they might get a couple offers, but for this kind of 30-minute tour and our picture program, we can get 15 offers. And then the buyers, if we have 15 offers, and then they ask about term, and then for the buyer, they want to buy a property, you have to tell them this is a term, and then you have to do as is, you have to pay your appraisal difference. And if you want to buy it, this is term where you agree with it or you don't. So can you see the benefit? We can get money for your home, get more money for your home, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's great. So here are the homes sold by our team. Look at this one. We sold in 3 days. It's $40,000 above the asking. And then this property we sold in 24 hours. It's a cash offer. And then this property guaranteed sale, and then we trade your property and sell $50,000 over the asking. And this property in Fontana and Chino Hill, this one sells $35,000 over the asking, and this one 5 days in escrow in Fontana. So can you see what we can do to get your property more money and get it sold for best term? Do you have any question, Ray?
No.
No, do you have, okay. So that's great. We have quite a lot of programs. What time is good for you to take photo for the property? Well, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, good for you?
Let's wait because I need to do some repair first.
Oh, okay. You, how long does it take? Do you think it will be like a couple weeks or 1 week?
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. So today is June the 7th, so we can start shooting the video or the photo here. So before we do that, let's take care of the paperwork. Do you have any other question you want to ask? And then you can let's finish paperwork, and then we can start our video shooting and photo shooting within 2 weeks. And then we can put this property as a coming soon property. So a lot of potential buyer will focus on the property. When we put the property on the market, it's going to be accumulating a certain amount of potential buyers. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like you, I trust you, but
Okay.
I still do not understand clearly on why it's you can do a better job for me than other agents. So let me think about it and let me talk it over with my wife, and then I'll get back with you. Oh,
that's great. You can take some time to talk to your wife, and really, you see the difference between me and other agents. I really appreciate your input on that. And then you definitely see how much money I can get you from this property. So would that be okay? We can do a guarantee program, and then you can sign this paper, and whenever you talk to your wife, and if she has any input, we can update that. Or if you are not interested, and if you say you're not okay, you can just terminate. You can cancel this just with this paper. This is our guarantee system. Is that okay? You can get started first. Because we need some time to, sorry, I disturb you. We have to have some time to prepare for pre-marketing, which is vitally important for getting the property on the market, since we need to accumulate a great number of buyers for your property to sell for above the market value. So this is a very important part. It's a guarantee So to cancel, you can cancel anytime. Here's a paper, you can sign, and then if you decide not to, or you decide otherwise, so we just can do this cancellation paper. How is that?
Leave the paperwork with me. Let me show with my wife. Let me talk it over with my wife.
If the paperwork with you, yeah, you can just yeah, that's great. Just talk to your wife and let me know what her input is going to be. And then for this cancellation program, because it's any minute you can do your cancellation. It's a phone call away. Hey, you told me, hey Gloria, we cancel. We have something else. So it does not has any risk on you versus you have a bundle of value built up on your property because we accumulate quite a lot of buyers for you. You can sell maybe $100,000 more than you potentially just jump up to the market and immediately a lot of people don't know what's going on. And do you want to earn more money on your home or just don't want to wait more time? Because this is guaranteed cancel, right? Let's just finish the paperwork and we can get started my work. And I will start my marketing, pre-marketing, and we have a lot of channel to build up. So you don't have any risk at all. How's that?
That's okay. Let me talk over with my wife first.
Oh, okay. So no problem. What time do you think you can talk to your wife?
I'll talk to her tomorrow and I'll call you back tomorrow.
You call me back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. I think just do you mind just sign a tentative agreement, the paperwork, and then tomorrow if she has something else, something input, we can just adjust it. What do you think?
Good job. Good job. Let's go over your presentation.
Okay. So yeah, yeah. So let's just sign this paperwork and guarantee to cancel. And then I'm going to be scheduling the photo shooting 2 weeks later. So would June, let me see, 20th okay for you?
Let me the paperwork. Let me talk it over with my wife.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Okay, good job, Gloria. So here's the mindset you need to change. A lot of people think you're trying to do some talk for an hour and then you try to convince the seller at the end. No, you need to convince the seller each section.
Each section.
Yeah, you're not trying to suddenly convince the seller at the end. The whole presentation, you need to observe the seller. You need to observe them to see their response. Each section, you need to convince them, make sure that, not to convince, but you need to make sure they believe in what you say in each section. You know, section 1, section 2, section 3, next section 4. You're not just blowing through the whole presentation and then try to convince them at the end. No, you need to make sure that after each section, they believe you. That's how you can stack the trust. You cannot just read through the whole thing and then at the end try to have them to sign for you. That's not gonna work. Okay, but good try. So let's go through it. Okay. So basically your goal for this presentation is that at the end of the presentation, you want to instill the confidence in the client for you. So for example, first, in order for that to happen, you need to have confidence in yourself first. You have to 100%, can you write it down? You have to have 100% in yourself in what you do first. Because if you do not have 100% in what you're saying, it's not gonna sound authentic. It's not gonna sound trustworthy. If you don't believe it in what you're saying, then you're not gonna show the confidence. If you do not show the confidence in yourself, you will not be able to transfer that confidence to the seller, right? So first you have to believe it, okay? So I would say, I mean, I talk pretty fast, but I think usually I talk with a lot of confidence. So you talk fast too, but I think there's something missing. You need to have more confidence in your tone of voice, in how you say. So I don't know how you can work on that, but you need to work on that. Just maybe slow down a little bit. Because whenever I hear you talk, it feels like you're trying to rush through something. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Don't try to rush through. Try to make it clear before you move on. And another very important thing is, don't try to say something just trying to finish it. Say it in a story fashion. For example, if you say, for example, when you talked about the example of the open house, right? You were saying it, but it sounded like you're trying to tell the client what happened. You're saying, oh, first we did the open house, we have half an hour, then we have many people come here to look at the home. What do you think the buyer is gonna say? Don't say it like that. Just say it like a movie. Talk like a movie. You can tell the seller, you can say, so let's look at this situation. 2 open house. One open house 30 minutes, another one is 3 hours. So have you ever been to a nightclub before? Even in a nightclub, even if it's empty, they still make people wait outside in line, right? So that's what we do. So we put only the 30 minutes online, so that when between the 30 minutes and 3 hours, although both open house have 30 people that came to the open house, which one do you think that's gonna the buyer is gonna more likely to pay more price? For the 30 minutes open house, when the buyer come through, when they come through, they don't see anybody nearby them. They don't see any other buyers. They only see themselves, because for the 3 hour open house, when they come, they don't see anybody else but themselves, because it's a 3 hour open house, right? What do you think they're gonna say after they finish the open house? They're gonna ask you. So at that time, you ask the seller to respond to you. You wait for the response. Don't try to talk like you are just talking. Sometimes you want to wait for the seller's response. If they don't have the response, then you talk. You best wait for them to participate. Then you ask them. So if there's open house is 3 hours, and if the buyer comes, they don't see anybody else, what do you think the buyer is gonna say? You wait until the seller give you the answer. The seller gonna say, oh, if they say they don't know, then you say, if they can give you the answer, wait for the answer. Then you say, oh yeah, if they don't see anybody, also there looking at the house, they're gonna ask you, how much discount can I get? So you don't just keep talking. You want to use analogy. You want to talk like a movie. You want to make it sound like a movie. So when they listen to what you say, they can see the picture instead of just you talking. You know what I mean? You want to make it more like a vivid presentation.
Mhm.
Don't need to say the presentation, because in the beginning you say, oh, this is a leasing presentation. Don't say that. Yeah. So stay on each slide, okay? And when you talk about the kids, you want to say, many kids, they have terminal illness. So some parents, when they couldn't afford for their treatment, the hospital treat them for free. And the money, some of those money came from donation like us. Stay on each slide, okay? You want to talk with confidence. And on the slide in the beginning, you want to reemphasize. After you talk about the kids, then you want to remember, because we did this, we are doing the presentation after we finish the client discovery, right? After we know the client personality, after we know what the client want, after we know the price the client want. Then when you on the slide to say that what you can give them what they want, just repeat that. So as we talked before, I know that you wanted to sell this home so you can move to Vegas to be with your grandkids, and you wanted to get your home sold for $500,000 for $1 million. So in the following, I'm going to share with you exactly how we can help you to achieve that goal, help you to go move to Vegas, to be with your grandkids as early as possible, and get the exact price you wanted. So you want to repeat the motivation and the goal they have. So when you talk about the slide about interest rate, so every time when you're on the slide, you want to talk about the content of the slide, then you want to talk about how it's going to affect them, right? For example, when you talk about the interest rate, you say, I don't know if you noticed, the interest rate has already increased. Now it's almost 6%. Now is the best time to sell. Now if you want to get the top dollar, this is the best time. Nobody's going to know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe the price is going to drop. So if you want to get the top dollar for your home, now's the best time to sell. So you want to make sure to help them to understand the negative consequence. You don't just talk about interest rate, right? The reason you want to talk about interest rate is you want to make sure that there's a couple of reasons we talk about interest rate. Number one, we talk about interest rate is that we want them to make the move quickly, right? Number two, we want to lower their expectation. That's the motivation for this slide. We want to lower their expectation before they're going to insist on the high price they want. For example, let's say if the market price is $100,000, is $1 million. And if they want to sell it for $1.1 million, that's why I'm talking about interest. I'm telling them, hey, I don't know if you're aware, interest rate already increased almost 6%. The amount of house that people can afford has already dropped a lot. So you want to prepare them, right? You want to lower their expectation. That's why you're talking about this interest rate at this point, right? Before you talk about everything else. So make sure after you want to stay on each slide, stay on each benefit. After you finish each benefit, you want to make sure to remind them how this feature will benefit them in getting whatever they want. Either it's top dollar or selling the home quickly, right? For example, if you're on the slide of talking about we get you 1,000 views on Zillow, then after you finish it, then you're gonna say, so do you see how this is gonna benefit in getting you more money for your home? Because we can get you the most exposure. More people will be able to see your home. That means we're gonna be able to get you more offers. That's how we can get you a top dollar for your home. Do you see how that's gonna benefit in getting more money for your home? So you wanna repeat after you finish each slide, you wanna repeat the benefit of that slide, and you wanna connect that to help make sure they understand how that's gonna benefit in getting them what they want, right? You wanna repeat after you tell a story about the benefit, and at the end you wanna repeat it. You want to repeat it, and you want to connect it to how that benefit is going to help them to achieve their goal. Because sometimes people they get distracted, so you want to make sure to remind them after each benefit. So you want to always tell story. Don't say like, oh, you can do this way, you can do that, it's good for you. Don't say it like that. You want to say it like a story, right? You say, you know what, every time when we put a home on the market, we have the photographer, we take 50 pictures, and we pick the 7 best pictures. And we make sure we find out what's the biggest selling point for the home. And we only put the first picture as the biggest selling point. That's some of the reasons we can get you top views. We can get 1,000 views on the first day. So you want to tell it, you want to say it like a story, not just talking. Because people love to hear story, right? If you're talking story, people will pay attention because it's interesting, right? You cannot just, if you just say, oh, we're going to put your home on the internet, we're going to get 1,000 views. Do you see how that's beneficial? You cannot say it like that. You got to say it like a story. It's like you're telling a movie, right? People love stories. People do not like people just talking, right? But if you tell them stories, then they'll pay attention to you. So at the end, so this is what I do usually at the end. I ask them. So because throughout the whole time, I'm already stacking the confidence. For after I finish each benefit, I remind them that how the benefit is going to help them to get a higher price or whatever they want. And then at the same time, I'm going to observe them. I'm going to see how much more confidence they have in me, because I want to continue to stack that confidence, right? You're not going to try to just ask them to sign some paperwork in the end. If throughout the whole process, if they're not paying attention, if they don't believe what you're saying, they will not sign the paperwork in the end. The only way they're going to sign paperwork in the end is that during the process, they totally believe in each benefit that you're talking about. And then they totally believe that each benefit that you share with them can truly help them to get what they want. Only if they believe that with each benefit, then they're going to be agreeing to sign at the end. If you don't observe them, if you're just going through your benefit and you don't even know if they listen to you or not, and at the end you try to ask them to sign paperwork, most likely they're not going to sign, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you want to make sure, focus on each benefit. Make sure that you want to observe them, you want to tell the story, and you want to observe their response. You want to make sure they truly understand the benefit and they truly believe that the benefit you just shared can help them get them what they want. If you have reached that goal, then they're gonna trust you. Then you have transferred your confidence into them. But before you can transfer the confidence into them, you have to have the confidence in yourself, in what you're talking about first. So it's the view, it's not review, okay? Because a couple times you talk about the view on Zillow, you said review. It's not review, it's view, okay? Mm-hmm. Do not just read through the presentation. You got to tell story, okay? Mm-hmm. And tell the story, observe the client response. So after On each benefit, you want to tell the story, share a story, then you got to observe the response. If you feel like they still look puzzled, then you want to make sure they understand you. Because if they don't understand you, they still look puzzled, then you just move on to the next benefit. It's not going to help you, because you just keep going through each benefit. If they don't understand any of the benefit, if they don't understand how that's going to benefit them, they will not sign the paperwork. That's why after you go through each benefit, you tell the story, then you got to ask them, do you see how this is going to benefit in getting you more money for your home? Because we can get you more views on Zillow, we can get you more exposure on Zillow. So you want to always, after you tell the story, then you want to reiterate, you want to emphasize again to ask them and connect it to what they want to make sure they understand how this particular benefit is going to help them to get the what they want, right? At the end, I noticed you say sign. Do not say sign. Never say sign. You said sign the paperwork. No, never say the word sign. Just say okay the paperwork, whatever. Okay the paperwork. Don't say sign. Don't say contract. Don't say sign the contract. Just say okay the paperwork. You have to own it. Okay, you have to own your story. You have to own the presentation. You have to believe in yourself. If you do not even believe it, you're not gonna sign. You're not gonna appear very convincing because you just look like you're just reading something that somebody else wrote. So you really, you truly have to own it. You truly have to believe it.
Okay.
So just to recap, so you must believe it. Okay, you must believe whatever you're saying here. Okay, everything that's on the slide, you must believe it first. Then you want to stack the confidence. So each section, you want to make sure the client understand what you're talking about. You want to make sure they truly believe that what the benefit you just shared can help them to get what they want. And then you want to close each section. So the way you close is you close each mini section. You're not just blow through the whole presentation and try to close them at the end. No, you're trying to close them on each benefit. After you finish the benefit, you want to ask them, do you see how this benefit is going to help you to get you what you want? You want to make sure they truly believe it in each section, end of each section. So basically you're closing them each step of the way. You're soliciting yes answers. Do you see how this is going to benefit in getting you what you want? They say yes. Then you move on to the next one. You tell the story. Then you ask them again. Do you see how this feature is going to help you? It's going to get you what you want. You want to close on every section. Okay, that's pretty much. Do you have any questions?
I guess I need a lot of practice. This is just like
It's better you did it because now I give you feedback, then you know what to change, right?
Yeah.
So if you've never done it, if I tell you everything like this, you still not gonna know because you haven't never done it. So you're not gonna know. Even if I tell you everything the same, you still won't get it. But now since you already did it, so I give you all the feedback, then you know where you can change. So basically, here's your goal. Your goal is to transfer your confidence to the client. For example, let's say first you believe in your service. You're 100% confidence with your own service. Then the reason you're going through all the presentation is that after the presentation, you transfer your 100% confidence to the seller. Once you transfer the confidence, then the seller, they will have 100% confidence in you, in what you do. That's what you're doing. That's the goal you're looking for. Because if they do not have the 100% confidence in you, or if they just have 50% confidence in you, they will not sign the paperwork. But if you have finished the presentation, if after the presentation, they have 100% confidence in you, then you have done the job, and then they would sign the paperwork. Like I always say, you're not trying to close them at the end. That's why I say assume closing. You're just trying to assume, because if you did everything correctly in the beginning, you just assume they already believe you, they already trust you, they already think you're the best option for them. Then you do not need to close. You just ask them, when's a good time to take a photo? If they just go along with your schedule, then that means they already believe you, right? But sometimes I also ask them at the end, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident you are that I can get you the price you want? Then if they say 10, then that's a good sign, right?
So how long do you practice this?
The presentation, I think I did it at least minimum 500 times.
500 times.
So at least 500 to 1,000 times, I think, yeah.
So do you have anybody correct you, like what you correct me?
Yes.
They're your coach, right?
Yes. It's the same thing we're doing. You have to, if they have nobody correct you, there's no way you're gonna get it. You have to have people listen to what you say and correct you. You cannot correct yourself.
I think the biggest problem I have is I don't have that confidence. Like what you say, exactly right. I don't have the confidence in my tonality, and also I don't have each section, each slide to show the benefit and close each meeting section.
Yes.
That's a key factor. I'm kind of rushing through and just want to finish up, and then that shows my unconfidence. So I'm not confident.
Yeah. Remember, like they're saying, 90% of the 90% of the communication is not in what you say. It's in the tonality, it's in the voice, it's in your posture, it's in your self-belief. You know, that's 90% of the conversation, of the communication. The what you say, the content is only 10%. Like how you say, how you stand, how you talk, how you articulate, the tone of your voice, the level of your voice, you know, how you look at the client, how you observe them, how you posture yourself. That's 90% of the communication. You have to truly believe you can do it. You have to truly believe you're the best. You have to truly believe you're the best. You are the best option for the seller. That nobody else is better than you to help them to get what they want. You have to believe that.
I don't. I just want to, sorry to interrupt. So how do you build the confidence up? Obviously, you have a lot of such successful case, but
number one, the easiest way to start is the easiest way to start. You have to believe that you have the best attention for the customer. Just by believing that alone, you already can be better than at least 90% of the agent. Because there's many agents out there, they're liars, right? They're fake, they're liars. So just by believing that one thing, you're already 90% better than most of the agents. And then you just need to work on the other 10%, just make yourself to be, you know, more professional, more confident, you know, more experienced. Then experience will build up as time goes.
I think your tonality is like a born confidence. You have the confidence in
No, but I'm not like this in the beginning too. In the beginning, I was like you. Because right now I can talk with all confidence because I have done it so many times. Because it also has to do with the familiarity with the content. If you're not familiar with the content, you will feel scared. You will feel like, oh, did I forget this? Did I forget that? That's gonna lower your confidence level too.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell you need to memorize everything. If you memorize everything, then you do not need to have that, you know, to interfere with your confidence. That's gonna stack up your confidence level. But once you, for example, last time you took the Norman's listing, so that's another way to add your confidence. The more listing you take, the more contract you sign, the more confidence is gonna grow. But you gotta start from somewhere, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions? Suzanne and Sophia?
Ray, good morning, everybody. Ray, I have questions here.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the end, when Gloria talked to the seller, only one seller in present. Should we just confirm that two or all the others, the owner in the presentation in the meeting, so we don't waste the time. So they have an excuse. Oh, my wife doesn't hear. I couldn't sign. Is increase any possibility to get the paper okay?
Yeah, that's a complication we need to work on. But for this course, we just focusing on how to get the presentation correctly, how to get it done correctly.
I see.
Anybody else? If no more questions, who's gonna be next?
It's Ray, sorry. Is it possible email us the presentation so we can look at in the computer?
Yeah, I already sent it to you.
Sorry.
Just copy the link. Copy the link and email to yourself, to your computer. The link in the WeChat.
I'll link the WeChat and the copy and put it. Okay, I try it.
Okay, that's probably gonna take some time. Anybody else have any questions?
So for the coach, have you been using one coach all the time for so many years, or do you switch a lot of coaches?
No, it's different. So sometimes, that's the same with coach, because sometimes there's a chemistry between coach and student. Sometimes there is a different intention between coach and student. So if you feel like the coach is working for you, if they're really helping you to move forward, then you just stay with the same coach. If you feel like they're not getting the help you want, then you can switch the coach.
So you use like a practice coach?
So like everything we're talking about right now, actually the coach, the regular coach, like like the coach you get, like that's just gonna talk to you half an hour a month, they're not gonna be able to help you go through this whole thing, because this is more detailed training. Like most of those coaches, like they talk to you half an hour each month, they can only share with you the top level direction. They cannot really help you to go through the details of how to do the presentation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the purpose we're doing this, because if you just talk to a coach from a regular coaching program that's gonna meet with you, talk with you half an hour a month, that's not gonna help you to get this done.
No. So for the trade program, I sell a home, I buy yours. So this is like a trademark of Proctor, or anybody, other company can use this kind of
For the trade
slogan.
program, that's why I say trade program. The program itself, anybody can use it. The trademark that Craig Proctor has is just that one word sentence. That sentence, you cannot use that sentence. But as long as you don't use that sentence, anybody can use it. So the sentence they have is buy this home and buy yours.
This is their trademark.
Yeah, as long as you do not use that trademark, you just say, hey, buy this home and trade. Then you can say whatever you want. That's not a trademark. Yeah.
So this program itself, does it do have a lot of content, such as they provide you multiple buyers, or they provide you how the trade program is? For example, you sell this, buy this, and they do have some supporting system to support this slogan?
No, the trade program is very simple. It's just a way to explain, because 99% of the times it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Just advertising.
Okay, I got it.
Because let's say if you say, okay, buy this home or trade. So basically you're saying is, let's say if I have a listing, if somebody that have a home to sell, they want to buy my listing, right? So there's two possible outcome. One outcome is they call you, they buy your home, you list their home, you help to sell their home. That's option one, outcome one. Outcome two is their home is not sold. And let's say if the home is worth $1 million, but they couldn't sell the home, but they hate the home, they want to sell the home, they wanted to sell the home to you for 600,000, then you can buy it, right? But obviously you don't need to, because if they wanted to sell the home at market price, the market is going to buy it.
So this is like an advertisement, like Rudy Kuzuma, he is kind of putting that on the big billboard, I buy yours, and when he do the radio at price, we both agree, something, he put some adjective or some
I have to
modifier.
put the price. I'm not going to buy the home at the price you want. I have to.
Yes, you have to put some modifier, I
Yeah.
buy a home, and then the buyer says, yeah, come, you put the advertisement, say you buy my home, hey, you buy it, please buy it. So putting a modifier is kind of helping you to just, it's not any price, it has to be agreed upon price, right?
Yeah. So I mean that slogan is not, it doesn't work in all the market, but once the home become harder to sell, then that's gonna work much better. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very attractive. A lot of people memorize it. They keep talking to me about it. Do you have that program? I said, I don't.
No, now you can just say, you can just say yes. There's nothing special about it. It just,
yeah.
It's like I said earlier, right? If they wanted to sell at the market price, it's going to be sold in the market anyway. You can just help them to list it on the market.
Everything is fair market value. This is so transparent. So this is a sentence that is kind of attractive to a lot of people. Sometimes it's misleading, but sometimes it do attract some buyer to call you, which can make you build up some buyers database, which is also useful.
Yeah.
Or they could be the seller potentially, like what you say, 80% of them are potential sellers as well.
Yeah. Hey, Suzanne, are you able to get the slide?
Me, I can try on the slides. Just no memorize it. Yeah.
Can
I
I
try
just show my slide, that my slide that she can just follow it? I showed it. Did you see the slide I put?
But you gotta open the slide on your computer so you can you can control the slide. You can share your slide. You gotta share your slide with us. So
If she doesn't have it, I can share for her. You just keep talking.
okay, then start from the beginning then.
From here.
Oh, where?
So start from the kid, start from the children, the hospital.
Okay.
Gloria, start from the hospital,
The hospital, here,
the kid.
the kid,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Here, thank you.
But right now it's showing something else. It's showing a satisfied client right now.
Really? Am I showing? Let me do it. You are sharing.
Maybe you want to reshare.
Reshare. Okay. Let me reshare.
Cancel and reshare, probably. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Share. Start sharing. Can you see here?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay,
I
let me
saw
put it to
Go
here.
to the,
That-
go to the kid. Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, start from here. Yeah.
We start. You're the seller, right, Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Ray. You know, our company do something differently for our each transaction. We're going to donate to children's hospital in Los Angeles, each ourselves.
That's
So,
great.
yes, that's we try to help the people, help the donate contribute to our society.
Okay, maybe Suzanne,
Yes.
you watch the slide and you whenever you're ready, whenever you want to go to the next slide, then you tell Gloria, okay? Just make sure you stay on the slide, okay?
Okay, thank you for teamwork.
Yeah.
Okay, next, please. I can get your dream outcome to get the price you want in your time frame, which the least hassle. Was that you wanted?
What do I want?
Forget the best price you want and the least hassle, and at your time frame.
Okay.
You see the benefits to you?
Yeah.
Next, please. Ray, I can show, since we do the business since 2000, blah, 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 blah. That's our track record of our clients' satisfaction rate in much higher. You can see my my record on my client view. Next. Hi, Ray, this is my Zillow view, the clients of the sale house. See, you can see how my clients, past clients testimony, they says, I'm happy with the result of Ray Chen, of Susan John Tim. He did in 3 months what others couldn't do in a year. So that's something may benefit to you, Ray.
Yeah.
Next, please. This is my another client's review, view on Zillow. By the way, Zillow review all verified by the organization, so everything comes as a true statement.
Okay, just go through all the reviews. It's just need to show one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Stay here. Okay. Explain this. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Ray, I assume that you already know the Fed raise a few times, 3 times this year, to tame arguably inflation rule. I don't know this. Sorry.
This is about the interest rate. Is it?
Yeah, you know, the interest is already up to almost closer to 6%. I think you already know of the some buyer will definitely inflate it. I'm sorry, straight. Ray, can I say something instead of just follow the slide?
Follow the slide. Follow the slide. Yeah.
Okay, Ray, you already, I assume that you already know the Fed open is raising the rates 3 times already, and that they're going to down the in this year.
Yeah.
To get the most offer and the highest price, we can get our program. We have multiple programs that get you the most offers and highest price, and the ideal terms. Is that something you want, right?
What you mean? Getting higher price?
Yes. Let me show you next how I'm going to do it. First of all, we already have the buyers. Most agents needed to go look for the buyers. Our teams already has buyer. Average agent, team agent was a single agent. The Susan John's team was single agent. There's a difference. I'm going to explain to you in the next. A single agent is a juggle to have. I couldn't see this. And has no time. Next, please. You can see it, Ray.
Yeah.
How we do team was differently. That's our team. How the real business service a clients. So we have a listing manager, we have a marketing manager, we have transaction coordinator, we have customer service, we guaranteed control, and we have office manager, buyer's agent, listing agent. We all centralize, like each team members does their own job professionally. Next, please. You see how the benefit to you, Ray?
Yeah.
Ray, I'm going to show you the marketing checklist to get you maximum exposure in the next. Gloria, next, please. We complete extensive marketing task for your home. It could be impossible for a single agent to do the same thing because he or she has no many other tasks to do. That's the next one. Gloria, this is the next one.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You can see the benefits already to you, Ray. And the next was how agents don't get 1,000 views in a year online. Next. A network of buyers. Oh, next. Buy this home and trade. We have special perk. Okay, let's follow the street. Ray, you know how we do the buy this home, buy this home and the trade, the program. Would you like to know more about this?
Yeah.
Okay, Gloria, please say next one. Okay, here we go. 80% of the buyers have home to sell. They are more likely to call us because we offer the trade programmer. With the trade program, buyer more likely to call us because they don't need to worry about the selling of their home. Without the trade programmer, a buyer is not likely to call because they're not sure how much their home can sell for. We have a market maker. This is very special. The first one, we create the perception of the deal and control the price and the terms. We create a 30 minutes home tours. A market maker controls the price and the terms and put you, the seller, in charge. An average agent just tell you to do what to do, and buyer demands. If you don't have a buyer, would just leave time and money wasted. Per section of the deal, did you see how benefits with you each step so far?
Yeah.
Okay. First off, perception of deal. First off, we go into the pricing. Second, we set up a selling point. Third, we're going to marvelous picture worth more than the price. We only upload 7 pictures. The ever first pictures must be the setting point, not from the house. It should be the $1 million view.
Okay.
Are you agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, please. We created 30 minutes home tour. The first step, we're going to do the broadcast home tour. Second, we post 30 minutes online. Third, buyer wait in line and get buyer info before enter. Control the terms. Number 1, we got 15 offers. Next step, we must agree the terms. And then number 3, 24 hours deposit, so as is, pay appraisal differences. You see how benefits to you, right? All the steps we controlled.
Yeah.
Okay, next, please. Home sold by Chen team. I will give you all the information so you can see all the testimony on my, sorry. Sold in 30 days, 40,000 over asking price. Home sold by Chen. Okay, next one, please. There's nothing to say. Sold by team in escrow in 5 days. Okay. Ray, any questions so far? All the slides?
No.
You think all that will be beneficial to you?
I guess.
Okay, next, please. Anyway, if in this ready move forward, here's some process work we have to do. Finish the paperwork first, and we're going to take pictures, then share it with our buyers. We do pre-marketing. Mark on my mess and not 900 websites. When can do the photo? When can we do the Photoshop? Okay, the paperwork, right?
Okay, let's go through your presentation. Okay.
Okay.
First, you have to watch the video, the presentation video I did. You have to watch it so you know what to say.
Okay.
And then you want to make it in your own words. So right now you're just reading through the slide. That's not gonna work. So you have to watch the video, memorize the video, so you know what to say on each slide, and say in your own words. You know, just not just reading through the slide. And also for each slide, you want to connect the benefit to the, okay, in the beginning when you talk about the outcome. So do you want to sell your home like in the shortest time, whatever? Don't say it like that. You want to repeat the exact outcome the seller wants. Because remember, when we come to the presentation point, we already discovered the seller's personality. We already know what the seller wants. We already know the price the seller wants. Then at this point, you want to be specific. So I remember you told me that you want to sell the home because you want to move to Vegas to be with your grandkids. So this is exactly what we can do for you. we can get your home sold for top dollar in the quickest time, so you can move to Vegas to be with your grandkid. So you want to say that, repeat the exact the outcome the seller want. You know, be specific.
Okay, got you.
And for every and when you talk about interest rate, you wanna, the reason we talk about interest rate is because we're trying to lower the client's expectation, right? We want to, number one, lower the expectation on the price. Number two, we want to make sure they make the move quickly, right? Because we're saying, you know, now the interest rate increased almost 6%. If you want to get the top dollar, now's the best time to sell, because, you know, we don't know what's going to happen, you know, in the future. And then for the each benefit, you want to, at the end of each benefit, you want to make sure to connect the benefit to what they want. So do you see how getting more views for your home gonna get you a top dollar for your home? So you wanna connect that, okay? So basically you gotta watch the video, because I think if you don't watch the video, then, you know, you're not gonna know what to say. So you're just gonna be reading the slides. So make sure watch the video, memorize the video, and make everything into your own words.
Okay.
Let me see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You need to watch the video. Yeah, watch the video, study it, memorize it. Then once you do it again, then I can, you know, give you a correction. Otherwise, just reading through the slide, I mean, then, you know, there's nothing comment I can make, because you just reading through the slide. You know what I mean, right?
I have questions right here. When you say the trade program, and they're going to ask you for extended, what's the trade program? What are you going to say? And the second, I said, I have buyers. How are you going to have buyers?
Okay, for the trade program, you can say, so sometimes people, they say, okay, the reason I called you because you say you have a trade, I see that you have a trade program. Yes, as long as you buy my listing, I can guarantee to buy a home. I need to take a look at your home first. So it's like just like what I said to Gloria, right? We have a lot of buyers already. Either we can buy it or we can sell to one of our buyers. But usually we can get you top dollar because we already have the buyers in the database. So if the home is a market price, then, you know, we can for sure get you a top dollar for your home. Yeah. So basically, it's either we sell on the market or we can buy it.
Okay. What's if client ask you, so you have a buyers, a database, not the buyers really, this type of, okay.
Yeah, so we've been in this business for a long time. We have a lot of listings. Every time when a buyer calls us, we save their contact information, because in America, most people usually buy or sell home every 5 to 7 years. So that's why we have so many buyers saved up in our system.
Okay. And also the other questions, you said that 30 minutes of view. How that work if $1 million house? $1 million house, there's not a lot of people really go to see the open houses.
It's depending on the price, how you price it. If there's not many people go to the open house, it's most likely probably the home is overpriced.
I see. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
So make sure you watch the video, memorize the video. I'm not saying you have to memorize everything, but you have to at least try to memorize it so you know what to say when you're on each slide. If you don't watch it, then, you know, you just read into the slide, then you're not gonna know how to say it, you know, explain each slide. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's my first time saying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still better than nothing, you know. You still
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Any questions on this? Sophia, are you ready? Sophia. Anybody else have any questions? Sophia.
Sorry, not this morning. I got something to do. I forgot today has a meeting.
Okay, so let me see. Do you want to do it? So do you want more time to study and come back another time, or you want to do it tomorrow?
Who? You talking to me?
No, for everybody. Do you want more time to memorize the presentation and do it and come back and do it on maybe, I don't know, Thursday or Friday or next week? Or you want to do it again tomorrow? Because you need time to study this. You need to watch the video and you need to memorize the script, I mean the list, the presentation.
So we just memorize the sentence that on the slide.
No,
Memorize.
no, not the sentence on the slide. You need to watch the video. You need to memorize everything in the video.
Then maybe next week.
Okay, next week, Monday or Tuesday.
Tuesday is fine for me. I don't know the rest of girls.
Yes, I'm okay Tuesday.
Okay, next week, same time or 8 to 10?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm fine.
Can you guys choose another time, because Tuesday I want to attend our commercial seminar. It starts 9:30. If we say start at 7:30, 9:30, I need to drive there. I may miss it. Or another day, would that be okay?
Monday or Wednesday.
Wednesday,
Thursday.
Wednesday is fine with me too.
Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday is fine with me too. I don't know the
Wednesday.
rest.
Wednesday, 8 to 10, same time?
Yeah, I'm fine.
How many seminar are we left over?
So this is the third one. So we have 2 more.
We have 2 more.
Yeah.
So are we going to do next Wednesday?
Wednesday, 8 to 10?
Wednesday, what's the date?
That's 15th.
No. Today is what? Oh yeah, 15th. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
8 to 10?
Yeah, 8 to 10 on June 15th, Wednesday, okay?
So what do we do?
So you study again, like you go through the feedback that I gave to you, then you try to memorize the presentation again and do it again next time. Then I'll give you.
Okay.
Sophia, do you want to do today? You don't?
Today what? What?
Both Susan and I did our presentation. Do you want to do today or you don't? Because Ray will correct you.
I don't know what you're doing today because I didn't know we have a meeting today. Sorry, I didn't prepare.
You don't know it's one yesterday, right? Yesterday, everybody know.
I didn't know. I saw it's Thursday.
7:30, everybody knows it's today.
It's okay.
I told you I don't know today. Why you want to correct me? I don't know, but I didn't interrupt you, right? What's wrong with you?
I just want to say I don't want you to miss one class.
Yeah, she's trying to be good to you. She's trying to make sure you.
I know, but I just forgot.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to make sure that you did one, which is beneficial because just now.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't mind. It's okay. Okay, relax. Okay, I don't mind. Just be here. Okay, continue.
I'm sorry,
do
I
whatever.
apologize.
It's okay. Just do whatever you do right now.
Okay. Okay.
So what else you guys want to do now? We have half an hour.
Are you talking to me?
No, anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, could you give us more guidance and how did you make this? Because I think this is
Okay.
too
The
difficult.
key is, okay, let me explain this, then I'll talk to Sophia. Sophia, you can think about what you want to do for this half an hour, okay? So the key is you have to, here's the process of learning. The learning process is you have to first memorize it, then you have to practice it right away.
Mhm.
And then that's once you practice right away, then once you practice enough time, then you're gonna be able to internalize. So you're not gonna be able to just trying to figure out something on your own. You only figure out something on your own after you did everything. After you have memorized it, after you have practiced it, after you have internalize it, then you can change it. If you didn't even memorize, if you didn't even practice, if you didn't even internalize, then you cannot change anything because you have nothing to change. You know what I mean? So before you can do anything else, you must first memorize it first, and you must watch it first. Then you gotta memorize it first. Then once it becomes a part of you, then you can make changes, right? You cannot skip it. For example, if you don't watch it, then you're not gonna know what to say. You know what I mean? So you have to watch it, memorize it, then you would be. So the slide is not something for you to read through. It's just something to keep you on track. For example, when you're on the slide of the kids, then you know, okay, on this slide, I'm gonna talk about, so basically on each slide, you need to talk a story. On each slide, you need to share a story, not just to read something, you know what I mean? You gotta share a story. For example, on the slide of the kids, you know, for every home we sell, we actually donate a portion of the money to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. The reason we're doing that is because many kids with terminal illness, sometimes, you know, their parents couldn't afford the treatment, you know, and that's why the hospital, sometimes actually the hospital, they offer the treatment for the kids for free. And you know where those money came from? The money actually came from donations like us. So you need to have a story for each slide. You need to tell the story, not just read the slide. You know what I mean? Because like I was saying to Gloria earlier, you have to tell the story. If you're just reading the slide, people are gonna drone out. People are gonna, you know, they're gonna get distracted. But if you tell a story, then people are gonna they gotta pay attention to you, and it's gonna be more believable. So basically, you gotta stack. Like I was talking to Gloria, right? First you have to believe in what you're saying, right? You have to first completely believe that you are the best option, right? You have to believe in yourself first. Whatever you're preaching, you have to believe it. Then you gotta, for each slide, you gotta tell a story for that slide. And for each slide, you want to check the client after you finish tell the story. You want to make sure this client truly believe you. You want to make sure that you have, you know, installed confidence from your confidence to the client. So you want to make sure each slide, the client become more confident about you and your service, right? And then you're not closing at the end. You're trying to, you have a series of mini close. So each slide, it should be a mini close. That's why I tell you, you should say, do you see how, you know, having more exposure on Zillow is going to help you to get more money? Do you see how that's going to benefit you getting your money because we already have the buyers? So you want to close the client on each slide. You want to take each slide as an opportunity to increase more confidence in the client. You're not just going to talk through the whole thing, read through the slide, and at the end try to convince the seller to sign the paper. It doesn't work like that. You have to make sure the confidence continue to build with each benefit, so that the client, after you finish the whole presentation, the client truly believe that you are the best option. You are the best person that can help them to get them exactly what they want.
For this listing presentation, the one we have on the recording, how real do you think it looked like? You have been to a lot of listing presentation. The one we are kind of doing on YouTube, what do you think? How real? Like 80% real? They're 90%. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's what you do,
it's the same
right?
thing I'm talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just make it yours. You need to make it yours.
My own version, right?
The only way you can make it yours is when you memorize it, when you have enough practice.
You have to internalize it, right?
If you do not memorize it, if you do not watch it, if you do not practice it, if you do not internalize it, it just gonna sound like you're reading something.
Yeah, I feel I was reading something.
Yeah, you cannot. So that's why. So when you talk about confidence, you say, "Oh, I have a lack of confidence." The confidence comes from every aspect. It's not just one single thing. The confidence comes from, number one, you got to believe in yourself. Number two, you got to be good with the material. If you're not good, number three, you got to have enough practice. That's it. Even if you memorize everything, if you go to the presentation, you still will not, you still not have enough confidence because you don't have enough practice. It's one thing to memorize everything. It's another thing when you go to the actual presentation. Because when you're at the presentation, you need to observe the client. You need to watch the situation. You need to see what's going on. But if you have already memorized it, then you have one less topic to worry about, right? If you do not memorize it, then once you get the presentation, you still try to memorize what to say. You still try to memorize the steps, and you still try to observe the client. Then you have too many things to worry about. That's why you must memorize, so that when you go to the presentation, you have one less on your mind, one less stuff to remember on your mind. You know what I mean, right? So all this contributes to confidence. If you do not memorize it, once you go to the presentation, you still trying to remember, oh, what should I say on this one? Oh, what's the step? If you still trying to remember that, you will not have confidence.
And I remember you said that when you go to the presentation, you did not bring any of your electronic device, such as the iPad or anything. But this one is on the slide. So do you have a book, several books?
Print everything out in paper.
Print everything out?
Yes.
So you kind of flipping through?
Yes. Everything you see is in paper.
But I remember you said you have a review book. One book is review,
Yes,
one
yeah.
book. But this one is not on one book. It's on
Multiple
two-
books.
multiple books.
Yes.
Okay.
I
For
have,
example,
yeah,
how many books do you have?
at least 6 or 7. I have one book for all the reviews. I have one book for the presentation. I have one book for all the buyers list. I have one book. I have different books. I have one book for all the sold properties. I have one book for all the reviews. I have one book showing all the 1,000 views on Zillow. I have a different book for everything.
So I think you have around 6 slides. So each slide you have one book. Can
Yeah,
I say
yes.
that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we prepare like 6 books. One book is for review, one book is for buyer, and then whatsoever review and view and whatsoever.
Presentation, yeah.
So there is another book which is listing presentation,
Yes.
which is the outline of this
Yes.
6 books.
Yes.
Is that right? You're flipping through, and then when you talk about review,
Yes.
you give them the review book to
Yes.
take.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, now I understand. So we have to prepare that folders to
Yes.
make sure that we bring that stack of
It's
things.
better than
to-
computer, because when you have a computer, you gotta fumble around, you can try to turn it on, or wait for me to turn
Uh-huh.
it on. It's good. Don't use a computer. Just print everything out, put it in the briefcase. When you go there, take out all the book, lay it on the table. So
Oh.
then whichever one you use, just pick it up. Whichever one you use, just pick it up. That's much easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you have to bring a big suitcase.
Not big. I just bring a regular suitcase. Yeah.
So each book you have how many pages? For example, review, how many pages?
Depends. Some are this thick, some a little bit thinner. Yeah, everything stack up together, maybe this thick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's
Next time
good.
I can show you next time. Yeah.
Can you show me? Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
have it here now?
It's in my car. I can show you next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go to the listing presentation, do you go there like 10 minutes earlier and then
Sometimes I'm late. You're supposed to go earlier. So, of course, here's the thing. If you're not confident, you have to lay down everything perfectly.
yeah.
So now, because I've been doing it for so long, sometimes I become a little bit, undisciplined because I already remember everything. I don't. So now, before I go, because I did it so many times. Now, before I go, I just figure out. I just look at a note, what they want, what's the price they want, and how much the market price should be, and then I just go. And then I just make a mental note. When I go, I need to figure out the personality. I need to figure out the reason they're selling. I need to figure out the price they want. Then I just keep a mental note. Then when I go there, I just try to figure out these three questions, the answer to these three questions.
So when you go there in your car, you always have this stack of thing in your
Yeah, everything's
car all
already
the time. You don't leave it at home. It's always
Yeah.
in your car.
Everything's in my car. I only print out. I have about maybe 50 listing contract in my car.
50. So how to print out? Do you have to fill in the address each time, right?
Yeah, it's all. I have everything in my car. Even if I'm outside, if there's a listing presentation, I can go right away because everything's already in my car.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't need to
Okay.
go print out anything.
Oh, okay. So you also sometimes put a dress or a suit in your cars, then you can dress up anytime.
I always have a suit in my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of a prepare to go anytime. If
Yes,
this is
I can go listing
half
presentation.
an hour later, you can go right away.
Yes. Everything's
Oh.
in my car, even the suit. Yeah.
So you print out some information about the property yet, or just to put in your
I
mind?
don't need to print out anything about it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's better you do it, but I didn't. Yeah.
so you don't have to do, because I spend a lot of time prepare this because like what you say, it's not necessary.
In the beginning, yes, in the beginning you want to do it because you're not, because I already did it for so long. So in the beginning you want to do it. You want to do the comparable. You want to do everything. Yeah. Remember, comparable is not what's most important. Because the seller, they do not need you to tell them how much their home is worth. They know how much their home is worth. What matters is how much they want to sell their home. Maybe their home is worth $1 million. They know it's worth $1 million, but they still want to sell for $1.3 million. That's all it matters. They don't care how much you tell them. Okay, they just want to. They want you to tell them just because they want to test you. You know what I mean? So like I said, focus on the personality. Focus on the why. Focus on the pricing. Because you don't need to, because a lot of the mistake a lot of agents make is they go to the listing presentation, they pull out the comparables. Oh, here's the comparable. Here's your how much your home.
Yeah,
Don't do
that's
that.
what I do.
Don't do it because they don't care.
I even print out the title report.
You don't need it because they don't care. They know exactly how much their home is worth. They do
And
not,
they want, and I even prepare the net sheet.
yeah, they do not need you to tell them. They know how much their home is worth. Doesn't matter how stupid the seller is, they know.
Yeah, now I think so.
Yeah, just because they know how much their home is worth, just it doesn't mean they are willing to sell at that price.
I
So
see.
you do not need. So sometimes people try to go there and show them everything, try to show they're professional. No, you do not need that. They don't care. What you need, you need to find out. Like I was saying, I kept telling you, know their personality, mirror their personality, know their reason, know their motivation, and let them make sure they understand that you can get them exactly what they want and then know the price they want. That's what you need to focus on. Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, you still want to do what you're doing. You still want to print out. That's what I do in the beginning too. You still need to do the comparable, print out the comparable, but you do not need to pull out the comparable. You do not even need to discuss it. Let's say if you do it correctly, if you get the personality, if you get the why, if you get the price, and they trust you and like you, and they sign the paperwork, the whole time you do not even need to show the comparable. I would say the time that I had to show the comparable is like less than 5%.
Like an analytical, if you deal with, sometimes they want it.
90% of the time I didn't show it. They didn't even ask. Yeah.
Oh,
Because they already know the price. They don't even need you to tell them. They have 100% clarity on how much their home's worth. Trust me. They don't need you to. They don't need you to tell them. Sophia, is there something you want to practice?
我们今天不是有 meeting， 然后我的那个 bank account 被人家 break in， 所以我刚刚 cannot concentrate 你们在讲什么。I try to reset everything.
Oh, somebody
oh my
break it.
God.
Did they get your money?
Yeah. No, because so that's why you go ahead. You want to practice? Go ahead, Gloria. Maybe I don't know. 我浪费你们时间
I'm
，but
sorry. 没有。
建议你们练。
Okay, that's okay. Just stay out. Just listen to what we say.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
对不起，我刚才因为没有那个什么哈 ，I apologize.
She just want to make sure you get a chance to practice. She doesn't.
我只是想让你练习，不要浪费这一堂课。
我不介意，因为有 more something important to do. So
对，那个更重要。
Yeah. So 如果你们要练习，你就练习。
Just stay out.
对。
Stay out. Okay. So everything goes back to what we talked about before. The personality, the why, and the price. That's the most important. That should be the 80% of your focus. This presentation is just 20%. When it comes to presentation, they should already like you, they should already trust you, they should already believe you. What the goal for the presentation is just to show them, hey, this is how I'm different and better. That's all you're doing. Because before you do this, they should already trust you and like you.
So sometime, like last time I go to a listing presentation, but that seller keeps saying, oh, I don't want to put on the market, but they don't want to tell me why they don't want to put on the market. They just say, oh, do you bring the buyer 3% to you? No problem. So I'm kind of asking around if there's a buyer. So I just want to know, sometimes it's very, not that easy to close. Even though I said a lot, or sometimes I don't want to show that I'm begging, something like that.
Okay, here's the thing. At least 50% when I go, 50% of the time when I go to this listing presentation, the seller is like that.
Yeah.
But if you do it correctly, at the end, sometime between the in between the presentation, they will change their attitude. Sometimes they act like that. That's not their real intention. They just put it on the face.
Yeah.
To keep you away. Because they don't want to, because they don't want to either they don't want to sign a contract or they don't want to deal with somebody trying to sell stuff to them. So that's where they act like that. But once they act like that because they don't trust you, they don't believe you, right? But once you get the job done, once they trust you, believe you, then they're going to change their position. I think at least 30 to 50% of the times when I first time go meet with seller, they act like that.
But do you go to second time to approach, to follow up, to try to get it?
If you do it correctly, you should be able to change them right away and sign a contract right away.
What about the seller said, I already found as a buyer, I just give you, help me to transfer the title, I give you 1.5%. Do you ever have that kind of chance?
If they, yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. I mean, if that's the case, you can sign a contract and you can put that into for example, options. So if the buyer comes from the seller, if the buyer comes directly from the seller, the commission is 1.5%. If the
For both sides?
yeah,
For both
otherwise
sides.
it's 4%, whatever. Yeah.
Is that okay? Do you think so? If 1.5% to make it a successful transaction, you are kind of representing both sides.
Yeah, if you can go into escrow right away, and then you just need to talk with the company, because as in company they have a minimum 2% commission requirement, something like that.
Oh, it's policy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you can open escrow right away, yes. But you can put in a contract saying that if we can open escrow right away with the buyer come from the seller, then the commission is 1.5%. You can put that term in there, but the regular commission is still, whatever, 4%, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, with the exception.
Yeah, you can put the exception in the leasing contract.
Mhm. Yeah, for your listing presentation, every time I listen to it, I kind of thinking that you every time you're repeating, you kind of repeating, is this what you want to get a higher price? I kind of thinking, would this seller get bored when
No,
you
they
say
won't.
that?
They
They
won't.
never, huh?
Yeah,
Even though you speak a lot of time, just
you want to
repeating.
emphasize. Because you're trying to solicit the yes answer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You're trying to solicit the yes answer.
the purpose, yes.
Yeah, you try to get them to continue to say yes. Do you see this, how this gonna benefit in getting money? Yes. Do you see how more buyer the buyers already in our system can get you the price you want? Yes. You want to continue to solicit the yes answer.
Okay, they never get bored because sometimes I have that kind of perception. They may think, hey, this person is so
No.
what?
No. Okay, here's the thing. You have to understand psychology.
Mhm.
Do you think if you can get $100,000 more money, do you think you're gonna be bored?
No, I'm getting excited.
Yes. Yes. You're not trying to say something that doesn't make any sense for them. You're trying to say something that can help them to make more money. Who would be bored to get more money?
So do you ever have some suggestion on the books for us? I was thinking psychology, I'm kind of trying to read people to get more sense when I talk to people, when I try to build confidence. I think when I was talking, what you said is correct. I don't have the confidence. That's why the tonality sounds so weak, so timid. So do you think there's any book that we can use to build up the confidence?
So I'm kind of curious about you because you're not like a newbie agent, and you also have some good production. I mean, somebody with your production should already be confident. I don't know why you already have a production, but you still have some lack of confidence.
No, I'm timid. I'm scared. When I get there, like what we get started with, I think I know what I supposed to say, but I kind of the break ice or the first phase of the intro, anything. I kind of have a little pressure on myself.
Okay,
I know
I
that
see.
I have a goal.
Okay, last time we talked about this, right?
Mhm.
The mindset is you are scared is because you think the person is not you. You think the person is a different entity from you. You think the person is somebody that's a different entity.
Right.
Okay, let's say if you look at the ocean, right, or the lake or ocean, do you think the ocean is scared of it? It's the water in the ocean? No, right? It's himself.
Yeah.
So if you look at everybody else as the same as you, you are him, you are me, I am you. Would you be scared? Okay, the reason you're not scared of me is because we already know each other, right? Because we already talked, so you know who I am. Then how can you make sure you're not scared of people you don't know, you just met? All you gotta do is just think of that person as the same as you. Because a lot of times if we meet somebody that's a stranger, we have there's many unknown imagination, so that gives us anxiety because there's many unknown. But if you just assume the person is the same as you, then you will not have as much anxiety, because after all, if you think everybody on earth is the same as you, you're one of the same thing, then I think you would have less anxiety.
Okay. I will try to have this in my mind next time.
Yeah, it's like okay, I don't know. What's your guys' religion? Are you guys Buddhist or Christian?
Christian?
Okay, so doesn't
But
matter
then,
what religion you
yeah.
are.
Uh-huh.
Because all religion they promote like helping everybody. They promote like make everybody brothers and sisters, right? So that's what you gotta think like, right? So if you're in a church and if you have all the people in the church, it's less likely you're gonna be scared of them, right? Because they're in your same church, right? It's the same thing. If wherever you're meeting, the seller you're meeting, if you think there's somebody in your church, or they're also the daughter and son of God, then you wouldn't be as you wouldn't have as much anxiety because you think they're the same as you.
Okay.
I want to share with you that when I go for presentation, I told myself, so they need my help. So I know I'm not skillful, but they can feel I'm very sincere to help them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, okay.
So does that help?
That's a good point. That's a good point. If you're going with the seller, going to meet with the seller, if your intention is to give, not to get, then you won't be scared. Because when you, let's say for some people, if the intention is to get, can I get the listing? Can I get the listing signed? Then you will have a lot of anxiety because you're worried that they're not going to sign, right? But if your intention is to give something to them, then why would you have anxiety if you try to give somebody something, right? Did you have something to say, Suzanne?
Yes, Ray. When in the presentation you said it pre-listing, pre-marketing. What if a client asks you how you do the pre-marketing? Are you put on MLS already, or what do you do for pre-marketing, please?
So I'll say it. Okay, so just make sure you watch video. Okay, so that's all in the video. So I'll say it again. So for the pre-marketing, for example, every time before we put a home on an MLS, what most agents do is they just put it directly on an MLS. The problem with that is a lot of times, sometimes the buyer, they drive by, they don't want to call the agent, they just want to search the address. But if they search the address, if the agent put the home directly on an MLS, most likely they're not going to find a listing agent. What they're going to see is a whole bunch of big websites, Redfin, Zillow, whatever. So maybe they're going to try to call the Zillow or the Redfin, maybe they didn't pick up a phone call, then you're going to lose this buyer. To avoid that from happening, before we put the home on the MLS, we actually upload the listing on YouTube first. The reason we do that is because Zillow and Google is the same company. When we upload the property on YouTube first before we put on MLS, that way anybody that search address, most likely we're going to show up on the first page. That way we're not likely going to. That way most likely we're going to be able to capture that buyer instead of losing the buyer. Just watch the video. Just watch the video. I see the same thing in the video too.
Why do you put the video first instead of like Google search or anything?
Because most agents, they just put the listing directly on MLS.
Okay.
If you put the listing directly on MLS, it's gonna transfer to all the major websites.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever search for the address, they're not gonna find you.
Mm-hmm.
Because most websites, they're trying to block the listing agent information. Right?
So why YouTube? Why YouTube? Why you want to put YouTube first?
Because most people search on Google. If you put the listing on YouTube before you put on MLS, if people search for the address, then your YouTube video for that home is gonna show up on the first page.
Oh, that's like SEO,
Yes.
search engine optimization.
So for the YouTube video, you're gonna have the address of the property. So whoever searches the address, if you put the upload the video before you upload the property on MLS, then when people search the address, your video will show up on the first page of the result.
Okay. Wow.
So I give that as example for the pre-marketing to answer your question, Suzanne. I give that as example.
Thank you, Ray. That's very helpful. And will you put on coming soon on MS before you really put active?
You can do that too. But okay, here's the thing. A lot of people, they try to rely on MLS, but MLS is like a monopoly. It's like a Nazi. You know, they're very strict, as you can see. So obviously, you know, if you can sell the home in pre-listing, that's even better. Then you can double in, right? But I'm not telling you have to double in. I'm just saying if you can pre-list it, if it's sold, then you can double in. And if you put on the MLS, you know, most likely, you know, the buyer's agent is gonna maybe buy the property. Yeah.
So that pre-marketing is pre-coming soon.
It could be the same thing as coming soon, but the key is you want to make sure not to upload to MLS unless you have uploaded to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you don't put coming soon and you do marketing, you will get fined like 2,500.
It's okay. Don't worry about the fine. If you can double in, is that more money than the fine? I mean, whatever you want. If you're worried about that, then just do whatever that's accordingly. Yeah.
Ray, when you put it on the Google or YouTube, you put it what, photos or video?
You can do a video, or if you don't have time for the video, you can just make the photo slide and make it into a video.
By that time, the photo is not really professional yet because you do.
Just take photo with your phone. Doesn't matter. The key is not the content. The key is you want to make sure to upload the video first on YouTube first before you put on MLS.
You says one good photo is worse than 1,000 words. If you pre-listing, that means you use your phone take the photos. That photos quality is not there yet, so you still put on the pre-listing, pre-marketing, right?
So you gotta learn how to take better photos. So usually I'm pretty good at taking photos. So you want to make sure take it at right angle and with the right lighting. It doesn't have to be 100%. As long as 80% is good. You're not trying to show everything inside. You just need a photo of outside. That's all you need.
Okay, gotcha.
So can we do a video of the neighborhood, make it really good, and then a couple photo combined?
You can do anything. You can do a video of neighborhood, anything.
As long as you are doing the video YouTube first, you have a better view.
Yeah, it could be anything. You could do the video of neighborhood. You could take a picture and then you can talk about your company, whatever. Just make sure that video has the address of that property. That way, when they search, the SEO is because you put it on the online first. When you search the address, then it's gonna show up your video. Because usually Google and YouTube, they're the same company, so they prioritize YouTube video on top of other websites.
So you show the client that you have so many views on the first day, or that's your differentiate from you and the other agent. So is this the way you can get more view, or do you have any other way to SEO your?
Okay, to get more view on Zillow is important because many people use Zillow, right? So to get more view on Zillow, number one, it has to be priced correctly.
Price.
Number two, the picture has to be really nice.
So these are two.
Number two, the picture has to be really good. Number three, the first picture has to be the selling point. And number four, the description has to be really catchy. Because a lot of agents, when they write the description, they just say, oh, beautiful home in Walnut, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. That's all waste of time. Do not say any of those. Anything you can see in any other part of the website, do not repeat it. Whatever you put in the description, the first sentence has to be the selling point. Oh, beautiful mountain view. In the beginning, it has to be the selling point of the property, and you should not repeat anything that's already in the description that you can see somewhere on the website. Do not say anything about how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. Do not say anything like that, because that's people already can see it.
So we have price right, picture right, the first picture, selling point, description has to be catching.
Yes.
So these are the factors that we can get a better view.
Yeah, the most important factor is the price. Remember, for the picture, the secret to pick the picture is the picture has to look like it's worth more than the house. For example, if the house value is 1 million, the picture has to look like it's worth 1.2 million or 1.5 million.
Yeah, I know an agent who uses a special photographer. Their photo is so special. First of all, the first page, they put some colorful light clouds. And then second picture, if there's anything related to window, they make it light blue. And if there is any window, is always blue.
Yeah.
So that kind of picture is so catching.
Yeah, but you don't
He is specializing in this.
You don't need that kind of detail. Just make sure the photo look nice. Just make sure the photo looks like it's worth more than the price.
Okay.
That's why you only pick 7 pictures, because most agent, they get a photographer, they take 50 pictures, they upload all 50 pictures. That's not gonna help, because a lot of times some pictures have the wrong angle. People look at the picture, oh, this is no good. They don't come to see it. Once they see all the picture, they do not even need to come. The reason you only want 7 pictures is because they only see 7 pictures. They have to come to see all the other part of the house. If they already see all the part of the house on picture, they do not need to come, right? So
Right.
the key is that the picture has to look like it's worth more than the price, because you're trying to. The reason you can get a lot of view on Zillow is because you're trying to present the how do you say? You're trying to present the impression of a deal. It doesn't have to be truly a good deal, but it has to look like it's a good deal. But of course, if it's truly a good deal, then that's even better. But if it's not, if it's not truly a good deal, meaning that price is not super cheap, but at least it has to look like it's a good deal. How do you achieve that? You can achieve that with good pictures, good descriptions, and the emphasize the selling point.
Do you take photo by yourself, or you have a professional photographer?
No, I always you see the presentation, all those photos are professional photos. I don't take photos. I only take the photo for the preliminary, for the pre-marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Suzanne has a question. Suzanne?
Yes, the 2 questions actually.
Yeah.
Sorry. The first question, Gloria, you says you have very special photographer take the photo, put in the window blue
Yeah.
and cloud is colorful. I thought that this is very not real. Sometimes it's too make up. I wouldn't do that. This is my opinion. And secondly, when you say you can do your own very good photo, what kind of phone you using for take a photo?
This is iPhone, just regular iPhone.
Oh, it says you can take good photos. How?
Okay, it's very easy to take good photo. Very easy. When you take photo, always do 40-60 angle, 40-60 angle. Okay, don't take it directly like this. Don't take it directly like this. Or when you take picture photo, always take it at an angle like this, either this way or this way. And the lighting is very simple. Do not take a photo with the sun in front of you. Always take photo with the sun on the side of you or behind you. That's it. Because when you take the photo with the sun in front of you, then it's going to look very dark. If it's on the side or behind, then it's going to look very bright. And just make sure it's always a 40-60 angle. Do not take it like a forefront. That's going to look very ugly. That's all I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Do sometimes Photoshop there if the lawn become yellowish, make it
Oh,
green?
you can do that. So sometimes if the color of the exterior house look ugly, I can have the Photoshop to change it. But you
You
gotta
mean
make
the exterior?
sometimes this one time I sold a home in Mariana, the exterior color is red. So we just Photoshop into a regular color. But you have to have the disclaimer in the description saying that original color is red, but we Photoshop into gray, whatever.
Oh, you have to make a description.
Yeah, sometimes some homes that we listed before, the kitchen is yellow. So we just change the Photoshop the different color.
Oh, some people like white kitchen, so you can do it, make it white, even though it's brown.
Here's the thing, because the online and offline is two process. Online is like fishing. So you're trying to first get them to grab your hook first. Once they grab your hook, then they're gonna come to look at the house. So that's 2 different steps, right? So that's why online, you want to do whatever you can to make sure you can grab their attention so that you can get noticed. So they would come to see your home.
So where do you put that note at? Is that on remark, a private remark, or?
No, just put on public remark. You need to disclaim. Whatever that's different, you need to disclaim.
Okay.
Ray, I do have a questions here. I do have 2 listings that is need a pre-marketing first, then put a real on MS. So what's the time frame you think is the best?
Usually, the open house, you want to no less than Wednesday of the Wednesday before the open house. You want at least 3 to 4 days to market for the open house. And usually just so it's better to give it at least 1 week. If not, then at least 3 to 4 days.
So your pre-marketing is to help you to get double N or to help to get the listing sold?
Well, no, it's not necessarily to double N. It's just to get more exposure.
So only 1 week. I saw more than 1 week pre-marketing. Okay.
No, I mean, obviously, the more time that you have, the better. But you know,
Yeah, I went for 3 weeks now. They want me to listen the 1st of July, but now they says you can put them coming soon and the pre-market. It's good time to do the pre-marketing.
doesn't matter. Just, I mean, pre-marketing is as early as possible because you're not putting on MLS. It's not going to accumulate the data on market time anyway.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, for the first showing, you do not want to have any separate showing. Any agent call you, can I see the home? No. Can I see the home? No. You want to make sure the first showing, everybody go to this first showing at the same time. Okay?
Oh,
No separate showing for the first showing. That way you can group everybody together.
Pre-marketing, you have to put the date, exact date, what day will be on the market and will be which day will be hold for open house, right?
No, when I say pre-marketing, I'm not talking about MLS. I'm just talking about in general. Like you put on the Zillow, you put on the Facebook, you put on YouTube, you put on WeChat, whatever.
Then what do you say? You say this is not on the market yet. What are you going to say?
Coming soon, whatever.
Coming soon. Okay.
Yeah.
And
coming soon on Zillow?
Doesn't matter, just say coming soon. Anybody call you, any agent call you, can I see this home? Okay, the first showing is gonna be this Sunday between 1 to 2.
Oh.
They say, can we see it first? No.
okay.
And why? Why can we not see it first?
Okay, let's say if you pre-market, if you have 10 people call you, can we see it today? Can we see it tomorrow? And you show it today, you show it tomorrow. By the time we do the first showing, you have 10 less people. If you group all 10 people together, then you have 20 people all together.
I know that's for us, but how do you explain to this buyer or anybody? You say, well, what do you repair? What do you say?
You do not need to explain. Okay, all the first showing is gonna be Sunday between 1 to 2.
It's not ready yet.
Yeah, you don't need to explain.
Okay.
Just tell them that's the first showing. Everybody come to this showing time.
I think a lot of people are using this technique. First showing on the first open house, no showing before that. It's all on the remark.
Yeah.
Yeah, people already educated. They already know. They won't ask why.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Agree. So for this kind of showing, I already heard, I saw there's 30 minutes. It's real because that time there are a lot of buyers and going there, and I was calling. I said, hey, can I show it before open house at 12? Can I show at 11? They said no.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a vacant property.
You gotta understand.
Just make it 30 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta understand. 30 minutes doesn't mean the showing is gonna be 30 minutes. It just means that online marketing says 30 minutes. If there's 200 people, I'm gonna stay. But online, I'm still gonna write 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people have to go there on that time, on
Yes.
that time frame, and then buyers say, okay, this is only 30 minutes, and then I can skip the other one. I have to be there during that time frame.
Yes. If they want it, they're gonna come. If they don't come, then that means you don't want them anyway.
As this is techniques. This is a strategy for this buyer, for this listing agent. I
Yeah.
already sense it. It's what we are going to play as with it as well.
You need the price right, otherwise nobody comes.
Yeah, the price needs to be right.
That's right.
If it's
Yeah.
overpriced, even if you say 30 minutes, nobody's gonna come. If it's looks like it's a good deal, then people are gonna come. Yeah.
When you guys mentioned the price right, Rick, what's your opinion? A little bit lower, slightly lower than market price, or what's the?
So that's different because every market have a different market. For example, if you look at Arcadia, you have to look at the recent sold homes. You have to look at the transaction. You have to see, are people paying more or paying less? For example, let's say if there are 10 homes sold, each home is $2 million. Are there people, so let's say if the listing price is $2 million, let's say if out of the 10 homes, 8 buyers paid 190, 198, 192, 195. That means in this Arcadia market, people will not pay over the asking price. Let's say if you go look at Chino Hills, if the 10 homes sold, let's say if the market price is $1 million, but people paid 1.1 million, 1,050,000, 1,010,000, then you know in Chino Hills, people are willing to pay more than the asking price. In Arcadia, people are not willing to pay over the asking price. So you need to know this information before you can tell the seller, hey, this is what I recommend to you. Because since in Arcadia, people are not willing to pay the market price. If you want to get $2 million, then the lowest you can list is 2 million because people will not overpay. If it's in Chino Hills, then you can tell the seller, hey, this is what I see in the market. People are willing to pay more than asking. So it's okay for us to list at a lower price.
I see.
You have to know the market. The problem a lot of agents make, the mistake a lot of agents make is they just tell the seller, hey, just put it lower and then people are gonna bid up. No, you have to look at the market, see pay more pay or less for the in comparison to the listing price.
So you don't have to give them like market data such as we have 50 home for sale and then whichever under contract, which sold 1 week. You don't have to, right? You just
That's not the key. The key is that you know their personality, you know why they want to sell, you know the price they want. That's the key. You don't need to show them all that. If you focus on those 3 questions, they're not gonna ask you that.
You have to show them that you are expert, you know all these figures. If you kind of show off what you know, maybe that will build up your confidence. Is that right?
No, they don't care if you're expert or not. They care that they care to know if you truly care about them or not. Of course, you're gonna show them you're competent, right?
Before we kind of prepare all this data and get there, and then when we talk about Arcadia market, we know the price, square footage price, and
You don't
kind
need
of
to educate them. They already know. Trust me. They spend all day, all night. Look at Zillow, look at Redfin. They already know it. They already figured it out. They know it better than you. It's their money.
we don't have to work on that portion. What we need to work on is their disc, their motivation, and then the price.
They know their price. You just need to know how. Okay, it doesn't matter what's the market price. You just need to know the price they want. You know, the market price could be, $1 million. If they want $1.2 million, that's the price. You gotta list it. You're not gonna be able to convince them. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's depending on their motivation. If they're really motivated, if they cannot pay their mortgage, yeah, they're gonna lower the price. If they don't own any mortgage, if they just want 1.2 million, then that's the only price you can put. You do not need any market comparatives. They just want to know that sometimes they ask you, they just want to know you know what you're doing. They don't need you to tell them what to do. They already know.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think it's time up.
Yeah. Okay, so next Wednesday, okay? Wednesday, 8 to 10, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you watch the video. Make sure you memorize. Watch the video, memorize. The slide is not for you to read. You gotta watch the video, you gotta memorize, you gotta know what to say, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
we do the listing presentation one more time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Ray.
Sophia.
Bye.
Bye.